You are going to hear about a man that few of us here in Sweden know about. I'm going to tell you about the Swedish Ambassador Harald Edelstam. In 1973 he was the Swedish ambassador in Chile. Chile was, similar to other former colonies, still struggling with both economical and political problems and injustice. Since 1970, the country had a coalition government with a social democratic policy, with Salvador Allende as president. Allende had launched a reform program disliked by the previous rulers and by US administration. Protest and sabotage was every day more and more common, which created big problems in transport of food and goods. Together with sky-high inflation, this created instability in the country. Under General Augusto Pinochet's command, the military and the police joined together, taking over power in the country. On the 11th of September 1973, the presidential palace in Santiago was bombed. I was there. I saw it all happen. We literally saw democracy being crushed right before our eyes. I was only 23 years old, coming from Sweden to Chile in order to learn about development assistance work. Suddenly I found myself in a police station with no idea what awaited me. No one knew where I was, but I was only one of many. In the midst of this chaos, Edelstam went beyond what was his actual authority in order to save not only Swedes, but as many as possible politically persecuted Chileans and other Latin Americans who were located in the country. During the second night of imprisonment, I was moved from a police station to a small indoor stadium. I was forced to sleep on the floor in a corridor and witnessed the maltreatment of prisoners. An Argentine, my closest neighbor on the floor, was one day taken away by the military and later presented to us, dead with a bullet hole in his forehead, with the comment, "This is what happened to you terrorists." Many years after, I learned that the Argentine was only an ordinary tourist. After a few days more, I was moved to a large football stadium in Santiago, the National Stadium, which had been converted into an enormous concentration and torture camp. I remained locked up there for several days without knowing what would happen to me. One day an officer came by and asked for me. "Your ambassador has been here. He's going to come and get you and drive you to the airport. You will be expelled from this country." The next day was horrifying. I was taken for interrogation, beaten up, and told that I was going to be executed. At that exact moment, the officer who earlier had talked to me about Edelstam came in and said, "This is my man," and took me back to my cell. Later that day, Edelstam came and got me out. But before I was allowed to leave the building, I was forced to sign a statement saying that I had been well treated. By way of using his position as a diplomat, and above all, through his courage, experience, cleverness, and self-evident will to help others, he succeeded to save the life of approximately 1,500 people. All this just in 3 months before he himself was declared persona non grata and expelled from the country. All the people that Edelstam saved, myself included, were lucky that there was an ambassador like Edelstam. For thousands of other politically persecuted people in Chile awaited torture camps, prisons, concentration camps, and brutal oppression that lasted 17 years. What Edelstam did was both dangerous and damaging to his career, but that didn't stop him from doing what he felt was the only right thing to do. To me, Harald Edelstam is a true hero.